Can take 2 to 4 years depending on what you're going to major in. Unified tertiary matriculation exam. So people come with a lot of sad stories and sub stories in their essays and during their interviews to a residency program. Compulsory housemanship. But in Nigeria, nobody can really give you any loan because the documentation is shitty.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you're highly welcome. My name is Sarah. I'm a medical school YouTuber based in Nigeria, West Africa, and I film videos about medical school in Nigeria, productivity tips, lifestyle, and vlogs, those juicy vlogs that you like. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you have not. If you enjoyed this video and if you check out my other video and you find them interesting or helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Yes, that red button below, just hit it, and also click the notification bell so that I can get notified whenever I post a new video on my channel. Also give this video a like if you end up enjoying it, and leave your comments below as we go through the video. And if you are an OG, oh my god, you are highly welcome. You guys are the real MVPs. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the difference between medical school in the US and medical school in Nigeria. At this point, I know that there are a lot of medical school aspirants who are honestly considering their options, whether studying medicine in Nigeria or studying medicine in the US. Well, people that are considering this thing, they're people that have an option. If you don't have an option, you choose Nigeria, okay? So if you're one of those people that have the option of studying medicine in the US or studying medicine in Nigeria, I hope that these few points will help you make your decision a bit easier. I'm going to put this video in some kind of category or template. The first one is the duration. Medical school in the US takes about 4 years to complete. Medical school in Nigeria takes 6 years. I'm talking about just schooling, just being a medical student in US and Nigeria. It takes 4 years in the US, but it takes 6 years in Nigeria. But at the end of the day, they are somehow the same. They take somehow the same amount of years, and I will explain it really briefly very soon as we go. So let's talk about the process. Medical school in the US, to get into medical school in the US, the first thing you need to do is to do your pre-med. Basically, you need to get a degree in a science course, obviously, before you can apply for medical school. So when you're done with your pre-med degree, which can take 2 to 4 years depending on what you're going to major in or what you're going to be getting a degree for. So after 2 to 4 years, you now take the MCAT, the medical council or college admission test. I don't know what that is. I'll look for the meaning and I'm gonna leave it here on the screen. So you take the MCAT, and when you take the MCAT, that's when your admission process begins. You go for interviews, you write essays, and you tell them why you want to come to medical school. People start saying sad stories and sub stories. Oh, my mom was sick and I had to take care of her for a long time, or I found myself volunteering in this place and I felt so much compassion and so much emotion that I now want to go into medicine and help them very well moving forward in the future. So people come with a lot of sad stories and sub stories in their essays and during their interviews just so that they can get access. Some of them is actually true, I don't know, but sometimes a lot of people just like emotional things, especially in the US, because everybody want to be emotional. So you take the MCAT, go for interviews, write your essays, and then if you're finally accepted into the medical school of your choice, you now start looking for the money to go to the medical school, because medical school in the US is actually very, very, very expensive. Okay, so but in Nigeria here, once you are done with secondary school, you take that thing that they call JAMB. JAMB is usually before WAEC. It's not actually JAMB. You take UTME, the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Exam, organized by the body called JAMB, the Joint Admission Matriculation Board. JAMB is the examining body, UTME is the examination. So you take UTME by the exam JAMB, which is over 400. You select 4 courses of your choice that will help you get into school, like 4 important courses. For example, if you're coming to medicine, you have to take English, chemistry, physics, and biology in your JAMB. I'm just putting this out here. So after taking the UTME, you now take WASEC. Not WAEC. The exam you're taking is not WAEC. The exam you're taking is WASEC. WASEC is the West African Senior Secondary college council examination. I think that's what WASEC means. Yeah, while WAEC is the body, the West African Examination Council. So the exam you're taking is UTME and WASEC. The organizing body is JAMB and WAEC. Get that correctly, get that straight. So after taking these two exams and you're successful in both of them, you now go ahead to take post UTME. So whatever school that you want to apply in, for example, if you want to apply to the University of Lagos or University of Ibadan or University of Nigeria, you apply to that school, you buy their post UTME form, and you go and write the exam in that school. That's the admission process in Nigeria. Then you don't need to write any essay, you don't need to go for any interview. At least to the best of my knowledge, most people just use that post UTME exam. People just use that post UTME exam for that school to admit people. You don't need to write any essay, you don't need to do any interview, you don't need to write any sad story. Nobody really cares your reason for coming to medical school in Nigeria. All they know is that pass your exam and you just get into medical school. Nobody wants to know your backstory, honestly. So that is that about the admission process in Nigeria. Then let's move over to financing. Medical school in the US is expensive, ridiculously expensive, that some people literally have to take loans just to get into, like, just to further their medical school career. But the good thing is that their system is a bit organized, whereby it's well documented and you can't really run away with their money. And when you're done, they're taking it out of wherever you end up working in the future. But in Nigeria, nobody can really give you any loan because the documentation is shitty. So nobody can give you any loan because in everybody's head, nobody is trustworthy and you cannot depend on anybody to pay you back your money when you're done with medical school. But medical school in Nigeria compared to the US is quite cheap, but it is not cheap compared to ourselves. It's quite expensive because you have to get books. Books are not compulsory though. You have to pay for the school fees. Again, depending on the university that you choose. If you choose a private university, it's more expensive. If you choose a state university, less expensive than a private university, but more expensive than a federal university. If you choose a federal university, your school fees is cheap, but every other thing along the way is not cheap. Okay. The degree that you're getting in the US, you are getting the MD degree or the DO degree. MD is just Doctor of Medicine. Yes. DO is Doctor of Osteopathy. So either you're getting MD degree or you're getting the DO degree. While in Nigeria, you're getting MBBS or MBCHB. There is actually nothing different between the MBBS and the MBCHB in Nigeria. They are the same program, or you can use them in virtually anywhere that the MBBS applies or the MBCHB applies. So there is nothing different between the two examinations. It's just the name that certain universities just choose to take. So after getting your medical school exam, what is next? The next step is quite different for both countries. In the US, once you're done with medical school, while you're in medical school, you write an exam called the USMLE. USMLE is the United States Medical Licensing Examination. It has 3 steps, but I think now there's a step that has been scrapped. I think it's the step 2C, or CS. I'm not quite sure. But as a medical student, you take step 1 and step 2. Step 1 is pre-med, preclinical exams, anatomy, biochemistry, behavioral science, psychology, things like that. So it's a written exam. And your step 2 is a clinical exam, more case-based, more patient-based. So after taking those 2 exams, you apply to a residency program. I mean, if you succeed, like if you successfully pass every exam, you apply to a residency program of your choice. You choose the uni or the hospital that you want to do your residency in, and you also choose your specialty, what you want to specialize in. So hopefully when you're graduating, you match into that residency program. So match means that you are successfully chosen for the program that you want. or that you picked, or that was your first choice. So for example, your program might be internal medicine or emergency medicine, and you want to go to a certain place. Hopefully that works out for you and everybody's happy, you go your way, you do your residency. But here in Nigeria, after medical school of 6 years, you do something called your housemanship. Housemanship is a 1-year program where you have to work in the hospital, but now you're being paid for it. You're no longer like a medical student, but you're still a student, and your license, you don't have your permanent license yet because your license is still in red, because you've not gotten your permanent license to practice. And get your permanent license to practice after the compulsory housemanship job. It is actually very compulsory. I think so. You have within 2 years to get your do your housemanship, and if you don't do your housemanship within 2 years, you have to take an exam which is quite pricey. And after taking that exam, to make sure that you still know what you're supposed to know as a medical personnel, you still go back to do your house job. Like, you can't escape it. So whatever you're doing, you still have to do that house job. It's a compulsory 1-year experience that you must do. So after house job, most people usually go for NYSC. If you want to work in any federal institution in Nigeria, you have to do your NYSC. If not, you cannot work in any federal institution in Nigeria. So you have to do your NYSC. That's the National Youth Service Corps. You have to do it for 1 year also in a particular state in the country. So after this, then you now apply for a residency program. Well, it's not compulsory to apply for a residency program. Some people can just become MO, medical officer, and they're okay with it. They don't need to specialize. They don't need to, start hustling for a residency program. They just want to be a doctor. Just answer doctor as just be a medical officer. That's it, period. But some people want to attain more and achieve more, and climb the entire ladder of this medical profession. So they do they apply for a residency program in different hospitals, not just one hospital, obviously. In different hospitals, hopefully they are taken and they start work, I guess. So different residency program in Nigeria has different years. Some have 4, some have 5, some have 6, and you have to pass different exams at different stages in your life to climb that ladder in the medical world to become a consultant. So that is basically the process. That's basically what's next after medical school. And I remember saying that it takes almost the same time in Nigeria as it takes in the US. This is what I mean. Take for example, you're doing a residency, you're doing a pre-med degree, or you're getting a pre-med degree of 4 years. Now you do your pre-med degree for 4 years in the US. You do your what's it called now? You go to medical school for 4 years. That's a total of 8 years. Then after that, you get into residency. And residency is, let's say you want to go into surgery, and residency in surgery is about 6 years, depending on 4 years or 5 years. That's about 8 plus 5. That's about 13 years or 14 years. But in Nigeria, after straight from secondary school, you write JAMB. Hopefully you get in once, and you spend 6 years in medical school, 1 year of house job, 7 years, 1 year of NYSC, 8 years, residency program, let's say surgery 2, 6 years or 7 years, 8 plus 6 is 14. So it takes almost the same time if everything is, luck is on your side or grace is on your side, and everything's just going smoothly according to plan. So it takes roughly almost the same years. The experience may differ, but number of years, number of courses that you take is almost the same thing. So you guys, this is the end of this video. I hope this video was helpful to somebody. I hope this video was, enlightening, or you like this video. If you did, encourage me by giving this video a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed up to this point, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you're waiting to the end of this video, well, this is the end of the video, so click the subscribe button. I'm going to wait. While I wait, you can admire my face while clicking the button. Yes, I've not heard the ding because you have not clicked the notification bell. Okay, you've clicked it now. That's good. That's right. So that I can get notified whenever I have new video on my channel. And also leave your comment below if this video was helpful to you. Tell me if there's something that I feel like I missed out in this video that I should have said. Please leave it in the comment section. If you school in the US, you school in Nigeria, what do you think is peculiar in Nigeria, what do you think is peculiar in the US that I failed to mention in this video? And yeah, that's it guys. I'll see you guys in my next one. I love you as always. Mwah. Keep being amazing. Bye.